Hello guys, you are seeing Prime News Australia, where we show you the latest and important news of Australia in the fastest and reliable way. So come, let's start by not delaying 25 big updates of the Australia, especially for you. Before proceeding in the video, comment by commenting from which state you are watching, and also like video so that YouTube can reach this video to more people of Australia.
Australia-Singapore fuel security deal signed. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese secured a landmark agreement with Singapore, Australia's largest fuel supplier. The pact ensures maximum efforts to maintain petrol, diesel and jet fuel flows amid Middle East disruptions. This comes as global tensions affect supply chains, helping stabilise prices and prevent shortages in regional Australia. Officials hailed it as a critical step for energy security. Fuel crisis eases slightly with new shipments. Energy Minister Chris Bowen announced fuel shipments secured well into May. Despite ongoing Iran-related disruptions, the number of service stations facing outages has dropped. The government released reserves and cut excise temporarily, but experts warn mid-April remains a potential crunch point if the ceasefire falters. Households continue monitoring diesel and petrol prices closely. Ben Robert Smith War Memorial display updated. Following the decorated soldier's arrest on war crimes charges, the Australian War Memorial added a panel acknowledging the allegations beside his existing exhibit. The move has sparked debate among veterans and the public. Robert Smith remains in custody facing multiple murder counts from his Afghanistan service. The update reflects evolving institutional responses to historical accountability. Labour government uses new fuel security powers. The Albanese administration invoked legislation to underwrite extra imports of petrol, diesel and fertiliser. This addresses soaring prices and shortages caused by the Middle East conflict. Private sector risks are being shouldered by the government to ensure supply continuity, particularly in regional areas hit hardest by the crisis. Artemis 2 mission splashes down successfully. Australian space enthusiasts followed the safe return of the Artemis 2 crew after their lunar voyage. The Orion spacecraft detached its service module before re-entry, marking a historic step in NASA's Moon to Mars program. The event drew global attention, with live coverage in Australia highlighting advancements in international space collaboration. Rory McIlroy dominates at the Masters. Australian golf fans cheered as defending champion Rory McIlroy took control of the 2026 Masters at Augusta with a spectacular round featuring multiple birdies. His performance left competitors, including local hopes, needing a miracle. Coverage highlighted the event's prestige and McIlroy's mastery on the iconic course. Ultra Australia Festival kicks off in Melbourne. Music lovers descended on Flemington Racecourse for Ultra Australia on April 11 to 12, 2026. The electronic dance music event features top international and local artists across multiple stages. Organisers emphasised safety policies, entry rules and sustainability initiatives. Attendees were advised on prohibited items and cashless operations for a smooth experience. AFL Gather Round underway in Adelaide. Despite heavy rain in the opening match between Adelaide Crows and Carlton, the AFL's Gather Round Festival continues in South Australia. All teams converge for a showcase weekend of footy. Fans enjoyed the footy festival atmosphere as weather improved, celebrating one of the calendar's biggest events. NRL action in Perth, Raiders edge Rabbitohs. In a thrilling double-header at Optus Stadium, Canberra Raiders held off a comeback from South Sydney to win 36-34. The match showcased Perth's growing flair for hosting big rugby league games. It snapped Canberra's losing streak in an entertaining contest. Pacific Island workers owed wages by failed company. Concerns mount as Pacific Island seasonal workers claim unpaid wages from a collapsed Australian employer. Unions and government are urged to intervene quickly. This highlights vulnerabilities in the labour mobility program amid broader economic pressures from the fuel crisis. Construction sector seeks government support. Industry leaders called on the federal government for urgent assistance amid rising costs and supply chain issues linked to fuel shortages. Delays in projects could worsen if diesel prices remain high. Calls focus on targeted relief to sustain jobs and infrastructure delivery. Skilled migrants underemployed at 44%. New data reveals 44% of recent skilled migrants in Australia work below their qualification levels. Immigration experts discussed skill assessment reforms and better job matching. The statistic raises questions about workforce integration and economic productivity. Trump criticizes Australia over Iran's stance. Reports suggest Australia features on US President Donald Trump's list of grievances related to the Iran conflict. Former officials noted tensions over perceived alignment with certain ceasefire positions. Canberra maintains its focus on fuel security and non-offensive military support in the region. Defense Strategic Review highlights China threat. Analysts criticized the latest Defense Strategic Review for lacking detail on countering China's influence. Peter Harcher noted concerns over strategy gaps. The review continues shaping Australia's long-term military posture in the Indo-Pacific. AFL 2026 season heats up. Gather-round matches showcased intense competition with rain-affected games testing player skills. Fans and commentators debated rule changes and team performances as the season progresses toward finals contention. EV adoption hits record numbers. Australians purchased a record number of new electric vehicles in recent months. Government incentives and falling battery costs drive the surge, even as fuel prices fluctuate. Industry events in Melbourne highlighted the latest models and charging infrastructure plans. Undertale Determination Symphony Tour announced. Fans rejoiced as the Undertale Orchestral Tour was confirmed for Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane in late 2026. Tickets went on sale quickly for the unique gaming music experience celebrating the beloved soundtrack. Tropical Cyclone Mila weakening. The Bureau of Meteorology reported severe tropical cyclone Mila losing intensity in the Solomon Sea. While it posed earlier threats to far north Queensland, impacts are now expected to be minimal. Residents remain vigilant for residual heavy rain. ASX records strong weekly gains. The Australian share market posted its best week in over 3 years, surging 4.4%. Optimism around potential US-Iran peace talks boosted investor confidence despite ongoing global uncertainties. Ultra-fast EV charging tech coming to Australia. Chinese manufacturer BYD plans to introduce ultra-fast charging stations in late 2026. New models like the Denza Z9 GT promise 10 to 97% charge in about 9 minutes, revolutionizing electric vehicle convenience. Sydney and Melbourne exodus continues. ABS data shows tens of thousands leaving the two largest cities for coastal and regional areas. Queensland emerged as a top destination amid lifestyle shifts and housing pressures in urban centres. Australian War Memorial responds to Robert Smith case. Beyond the exhibit update, discussions continue on how institutions handle allegations against decorated personnel. The case draws mixed reactions from veterans groups and legal observers. Historic Indigenous remains discovered on Rottnest Island. Western Australia Police confirmed that several human bones found on Rottnest Island, also known as Wajamup, are historic Indigenous remains. The discovery highlights the island's sensitive cultural history and ongoing significance to Aboriginal communities. Authorities are handling the site with care while investigations continue into the context of the remains. Former ANU Vice-Chancellor accused of serious misconduct. The Australian National University suspended former Vice-Chancellor Genevieve Bell following allegations of serious misconduct. She is accused of appointing a close friend as a full professor, despite the individual lacking university qualifications. The case has raised questions about governance and academic standards at one of Australia's leading institutions. Melbourne Motor Show showcases EVs. A fresh wave of electric vehicles stole the spotlight at Melbourne's Motor Show. Attendees explored latest models amid national pushes for greener transport options. Calls for construction industry aid grow. With fuel costs affecting logistics, the sector seeks federal support to avoid project delays and job losses. Industry bodies emphasize the need for swift intervention. NRL doubleheader delivers entertainment. Perth hosted exciting rugby league action, with close scores and strong crowd turnout highlighting the code's expansion beyond traditional heartlands. Bushfire recovery efforts stall in Victoria. Ongoing challenges hinder full recovery in fire-affected Victorian communities. Local leaders call for sustained government funding and support programs.